What's happening, everybody? It's Vicious here, and I know what you're thinking. You're doing way too much DNF content. Well, I'm not going to apologize for it. I am theory crafting about this game almost constantly, and one of the base criticisms that I see about DNF Duel is they think that this game is going to be another BB Tag or another Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. And the first thing I want to say about that is shut the fuck up. BB Tag is a pretty good game if you ask me, and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. That game was pretty fun for a while, but I think that over time it showed that it didn't really have much room to improve, and I think that that's a Psy Games directive. I think Psy Games wanted ArcSys to make a game that was easily accessible for everybody, and in my opinion, they succeeded. It's just at the detriment of people who want a lot of nuance to the game and a lot of interesting things happening in the game. And that's not to say that there aren't a lot of interesting routes or interesting. I almost said coincidences. Damn it, what's wrong with me? A lot of interesting instances in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I sure think that there is quite a bit, but I think the main argument is that game's damage devolves down into jumping. What is it? ABC on that game? No, no, no. It's LMH, I think. It's like jumping H, 5HHH into EX into 5H in the corner because normally it's like a wall bounce into another EX into a super. I think that's normally like the main thing people make fun of about that game. And you know what? They are right. Even though there are different motives for using EX attacks in that game for different characters. It's not as simple as, you just do this, you jump and do the damage. I think that game has a sort of an interesting neutral, and it was meant to be a link fighter anyway, so like them putting auto combos in that game was sort of warranted. But the big thing I want to talk about with DNF Duel is how much I don't think it will be like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, or at least I hope it won't. So hopefully the title of the video doesn't leave you feeling like, I don't know, misled. Um, I don't think I've got a title in mind for it yet. Actually, I just feel like it's going to be a little misleading, even though it's kind of not. I just kind of want to watch all the footage of the DNF Duel um, trailers, and I just want to go over that with you guys. So let's put the playback speed on half. These trailers are really short, so 40 seconds. You guys got 80 seconds for the first trailer. And I'm going to be, as per usual, I'm going to be playing these back a lot. So let's get started. Let me go ahead and let me actually make sure I got some volume, actually. Oh, yeah, we got volume. Alright, so gonna skip around in this because it's just them, saying what they've done. Arc System Works makes the GOAT Blaze Blue, and they got Guilty here as well. Alright, so I was talking about this instance with my friend. He's a little worried about the game, and you know what? I can't say I blame him. After years of ArcSys making games like Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue, and producing games like Under Night and Birth, it's sort of been taking it easier. I don't think it's the worst thing. All the games that they came out with that people said were easy, I actually enjoyed. Did I enjoy them to the same extent as, say, like Blaze Blue, Central Fiction, or Under Night and Birth, ST Late, or even Uni Clear? I didn't play Uni Clear much. I'm not gonna cape for that. But no, I don't think that they were that in depth. But look at this. All right. So before this starts, they're really sneaky about this shit. I don't know what's going on. But as you can see, it looks like Berserker does some sort of sweep. It looks like he does another sweep too. I don't think that is a standing normal. We've seen their auto combos, and it seems like they do have auto combos. And DFO, if you actually play that game right now, they have auto combos, and Berserker's auto combo is actually infinite. He just sits there, and you hit the attack button, and he keeps doing it. So they actually added an ender to his auto combo. So yeah, there was a double sweep. I don't know if it was one button or what, but the character was already in the air. if we look at that, if we look at Striker, as it were, okay. So she was already in the air. She wasn't just in the air due to being swept by this attack. There's two sweeps. This is the launcher. And I don't know if you guys watched my previous video, but this game is made by Aiding. They made Bloody Roar, Classics, and probably what they're known most for right now is Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. And those games, you have a generic launch button, and it is D, if I remember correctly. I haven't played Marvel vs. Capcom since Fate of Two Worlds, so I only rented Ultimate. And I bought Ultimate. I lied. I bought Ultimate when it was on sale on PS4, but I just didn't play that game that much. Okay, so there's that launcher I was telling you about. And pay attention. I said launcher. You see how far she is launched into the air. We're going to talk about this a little bit more soon. Okay, so now he's doing this flash, which I assume to be the character, the advancement unique skill. But it seems that this is either a special or an EX. Alright. Vortex. This is a two-part move. This is like get over here and kick. If you ever play MK11, when I think this might be an MK9 and MKX2. EX spear with Scorpion. I think he grabs you, he pulls you towards himself, and then he punches you. That's kind of like what this is. All right. Again, they're very sneaky about this. And, you know, there is a possibility that these are auto combos being done like BB Tag, but I kind of doubt it. My friend did bring something to my attention. He said that auto combos could look like anything, but I don't think they're prototypically involving sweeps and jump cancels. All right. So at this point, the character here on the left, Grappler, is on the ground, and the character on the right has been hurt already. It looks like the Grappler landed. All right, and this looks like a command dash, actually. Okay, it looks like a command dash, and there was a little bit of a flash there. Let's actually see that again. Sorry. All right, there wasn't a big flash, but I can only assume this is a part of a command series of attacks. So it's probably a command dash into his launcher. This is a generic launcher among the fighter class, the male fighter class. So this is par for the course. And as you can see there, he jumps. He jumps, and then he grabs. That is the move that flashes, the grab. Oh boy, I should turn this down. Oh boy. He jumps and he grabs her and he slams her. He's a grappler. So I'm expecting him to not have that many crazy combos, right? Alright. And same situation here. Mid combo. This happens a lot in this trailer. Mid combo. Ranger blew himself up, obviously. Probably with a grenade. Rangers have grenades. Okay, and now he's bouncing the other Ranger down to the ground. This looks like a command normal if I ever seen one. And then we go into what looks to be an EX. Alright, let's see some more. We got a shoulder shove. I'm assuming that has to be a command attack. If not, it is probably heavy. But the reason that I think it's a command attack is because of the follow-up there. I don't know if that's a special or not. Looks like it could be. Excuse me. But then we have the EX, as you guys seen. I'm just going to call it an EX. We got this here. I'm assuming that's an EX too. And we have the end of the trailer. So from that trailer, I surmise that there is a lot more depth than what we've been shown so far, and I think that they're just sort of tiptoeing around it. During Neopol's event in December, I'm sure we're going to see more. I'm going to go over the next trailers too, so sit tight for a second. All right, are we ready for segment number 2? This is for the most recent trailer that shows off all the characters. Let's actually turn that down to complete nothingness. All right. And what is the settings? Playback speed normal. We're gonna have this bitch. Okay. All right. Really cool intros, by the way, that they have. I wish they had shown off more. It's like from this trailer, you would think that this game is like an alpha. Like they don't even have voices yet. But then we've seen voices, and there's that ass again. We've seen that Berserker has a voice, and he's speaking Korean evidently, which is great because this is a Korean game, a Korean company. All right. So we got punch, punch, punch. I'm trying to remember if this is the auto combo. Sweep. And I want you guys to note the blue here. That is definitely indicating a sweep. And we will talk about that a little bit in short. I'm sorry, in a bit. Sweep. And I don't know why that didn't combo. So what that tells me actually is that's probably not a super now that I think about it. It's probably not a super. It's probably a extra strong version of an EX attack or a special. Really trying to figure out what is a special and what may be an EX attack and what is a command normal. Because time didn't stop. And maybe they left that breadcrumb in there for us. This is the normal fighter auto combo, or at least a grappler auto combo. And there we go. Command grab. I can't stop looking at this game, man. It's great. Command grab into... God, is this a super? I think that is cut, actually. What do you guys think? That looks like it is cut. There's a couple points in this trailer where things are cut and they start attacking and it doesn't look like it connects. Like, let's go back to that. That's different. This is a completely different grab. Look, she's on the ground. And then the camera change. Oh, shit, it might be the same. It's hard to tell. Very hard to tell. And this has to be a super because it's basically a super in the original game, DFO. And now we're going to the Gunslinger, the smoothest animations in the entire trailer. Hold on a second, guys. I got a surprise for you because I figured out how to pronounce the name of the advancement of Thief that I want. But I need it told to me again. Just in case DNF, or I'm sorry, Neopol or Arxis or Aiding is listening, this is what I need in DNF Duel.
Alcyone.
Alcyone. Alcyone the Thief advancement. Want it. Okay, enough of that. This has to be an auto combo because the Ranger's auto combo normally starts off like this in this position. I couldn't tell you if the rest that happens is a part of the auto combo or not because they may have changed it to be a little bit more what's the word for it, contemporary with the game. Yeah, that's a thinker because the auto combo should be high attacks. So this makes me think what he did there was a B or an M, whatever you want to call it, whatever flavor you think it is. And here we go. That's a sweep, but it did not get the blue trail, so I was mistaken. That is a completely different sweep. So their sweeps won't have a blue trail under them. I think that's just a character by character thing. Here's a part that looks like it's cut. He brings his guns out, but he doesn't actually like shoot anything. Oh, he has a blunt in his mouth, don't he? Hold on. We gotta inspect this. Yep, right there. He has a blunt in his mouth. All right. So she's far up in the air, and now she's on the ground. This has to be a command throw. Yeah. See, I thought it was an EX, but now that I'm slowing this down and going over the footage again, that's not an EX. That's his throw. That makes sense. I was wondering. I was like, man, because the way she goes far away from him, it actually looks like he can't combo off of that. Which I'm fine if you can't combo off of grabs. It's okay by me. So he didn't EX attack. They didn't show what it was. And then he grabbed. That's completely fine. Okay. This is another red attack. Okay, she canceled. She Kara canceled something, and it went through his attack, or his attack's hitbox sucks dick. Hmm. Maybe it's like Melty Blood, where some attacks are invincible, some supers are invincible, and some supers aren't. Not that Melty Blood is the only fighting game like that, but it's the one that comes to mind most because it'll tell you what's invincible and what isn't, and stuff that you think might be invincible is not. So maybe that red flash is a super, but his just wasn't invincible, or its iframes ran out. Okay, here we go. We got the launcher, and they were already being comboed. Just like we keep seeing, this Ranger was already in the air some way, somehow, and is getting launched at a very high angle. All right, doing the sword slam, not the one that we're going to see in the trailer coming up. And then EX cancel into this attack that gives him a tailspin in the corner. That has to be pretty dope. All right, there's nothing else at this point, so we're going to go on to the next segment. All right, last one. Obviously, we're going to go over the Berserker gameplay. We're going to actually do this again. I just went over this, but maybe we'll find something new if I slow this thing down to hell a little bit more than what I did. Did I slow it down in the video? I don't know. Let's go over this. Berserker. All right, neutral. Was that a run? Yeah, it looks like he ran up to Ranger and stopped. All right, here's that auto combo that's making everybody nervous. I do not know if this is a part of the auto combo or what have you. I don't know if this is auto combo into C. Like I said before, I think the best case scenario in games with auto combos is to be more like Persona and give characters the option to get out of their auto combo and use like their strong physical attacks. So like instead of doing AAA and not being able to change like Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, you should be able to do AABC or AAABC, something along those lines. I would be much better with that. I do not hate on BB Tag or Dragon Ball Fighters for their auto combos as much as other people, so I'm going to be more lenient on them. BB Tag auto combos work because if you think that the Persona characters on BB Tag are like nothing at all like how they were in Persona 4 Ultimax, you're crazy. They're just updated versions of their Ultimax selves. And that game had auto combos, and I think that pretty much every character maintained their normals. All right. That is going to be a hard follow-up for this guy. I wonder if he can run fast. All right. We got the grab. Very cool grab, by the way. Okay, so this is the sword slam that we didn't get in the previous trailer. Blood comes up, and a lot of this stuff could be the things that started the combos off screen in the videos that we've seen, you know? Because look at that. He has time. He was about to do something else, wasn't he? Oh man, that is such a tease. I want to see how fast these characters run. And I'm not a scientist, so I can't really figure it out. There's that move that I was talking about. There may be status effects in this game. I kind of doubt it because of the way Arxis has kind of toned that down. There were status effects in Persona, but I don't know if they put them in DFO because Bleed was really strong in DFO. And that's the only reason why I would think that Bleed would be applied to the character, because this move is not very good. It looks like. Look, I said this in the previous analysis. Inquisitor is already back to neutral. I don't know what the fuck Berserker was about to do, unless it was an unblockable, to be honest. Whoa, how much pushback did that have? A hell of a lot of pushback. It looks like it had more effects on it than in the first trailer. Get the fuck away from me. That's what I'm talking about. Come here and now get the fuck away from me. Okay, we need to see if there's aerial recovery in this game or if they're just gonna fall like rag dolls. And that's the end of the trailer, actually. We just get this sick Super Saiyan Ragnar the Blood Edge here. And that's all I really had to say. I don't know if this eases your mind or if you're just like theory crafting with me, but I really don't think that this is going to be a next Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Um, Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is not the worst game ever, and I think that Arxis kind of learned that people really want something that they can sink their teeth into. We got Guilty Gear Strive. Guilty Gear Strive, while it has dialed back combos by getting rid of Gatlings, it still is a very combo heavy game. You can't be good at that game without knowing combos of characters. And who knows, if this character seems like he doesn't have a lot of like agile combos, he may be like Nagori Yuki. Nagori Yuki has combos, but they do come at a detriment to him. He might not be able to use his moves all the time. I know for a fact that this character loses health when he does some of his moves. So it could be one of those things where this character is heavily nuanced and uses resources. We don't know. We're just going to have to wait for the next video. Hopefully they release a video a week until their conference or whatever it is, their con, whatever, drops for Neopol. And hopefully we'll have some more light shed on the game so we could just be happy. We could stop being nervous. And we could, stop counting Arc and aiding out these two powerhouse of fighting game developers. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say. You guys have a great day.